Good evening and welcome to Willits City Council. We convened at 6 o'clock tonight for a special meeting, and that special meeting was a closed session meeting pursuant to Government Code 54957 and Government Code 54957.6. And we have adjourned from that meeting, and we report out by saying direction given to staff. And with that, we will call the Willits regular City Council meeting to order. I'm going to ask the Police Chief, Brian Fay, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of our country.
We stand if you can. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Chief.
Councilmember Burton.
Yo.
Councilmember Burton.
Yo.
Thank you.
Yo ho ho.
Said no. Gonzalez.
Present.
Stransky.
Yes.
Alanis.
Here.
Here. The City Council welcomes input from the audience. If there's a matter of business on the agenda you're interested in, you may address the council when this matter is considered, or if you're in a hurry, you can address the council during public matters. If you wish to speak on a matter that is not on the agenda, you may do so at this time. In order to be heard, please limit your comments to 3 minutes per person. Brown Act regulations do not allow action to be taken on audience comments in which a subject is not listed on the agenda. So, is there anybody who would like to speak of any agenda item that's not on the agenda? A non-agenda item. Helen.
Good evening, Helen Sims. I'd like to know if there's any place publicly that I can see a list of the maintenance projects for the streets in the city, streets and sidewalks. Do you have an ongoing list?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, okay.
You know what, we're going to be having a transportation meeting tomorrow afternoon.
Yes, and that's open
and
to the public if you want to come.
yeah, and there'll be some projects discussed because of our budget issues.
Oh, no.
There's some things that,
That's right.
but there are some things that we'll be discussing there.
Okay.
What time is that meeting?
3:30 tomorrow.
Here.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who would like to speak on any non-agendized item or topic? Once, going twice, closing. Is there anybody who's in a hurry that would like to speak on any agendized item but has to get out of here? Hearing none, we will move on to the consent calendar.
I move the consent calendar.
You move the consent calendar?
Yes, I do.
We have a motion and a second. We'll go to public comment. We have city council meeting minutes that we're going to vote on. We're going to have discussion. There is discussion, possible adoption of a resolution for the city council of the city of Willits for the Garman Culvert extension replacement project to bid Wylatti Resource Management Incorporated out of Covelo for $25,004.01. Discussion, possible action to adopt the proposed rules, regulations, and minimum standards for the Willits Municipal Airport. Review and approve the City of Willits 2024-2025 General Plan and Housing Element Annual Progress Reports.
Mayor, I have to pull item A, B, and C.
A,
For the discussion, actually, it says discussion in both item B and C. But A also because there's a number of errors in the city council.
okay, A, B, and C. Okay, so right now we have, with the maker of the motion, D as in David, review and approve the City of Willits 2024-2025 General Plan and Housing Element Annual Progress Reports. That's what we're voting on right now. Is there any public comment on any consent item? Hearing none, all right. Is there a motion? Well, there is a motion, a second, but it's been changed. The motion was for all 4 items, and the vice mayor would like to just vote on D as in David. Is that a motion?
So I'll move D then.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Okay. Any comment to the clerk?
Just a quick question did we receive any comments since okay, that's it.
So this was continued from last meeting in case there were comments of people, and there were none. So we covered it at the last meeting. Thank you.
Councilmember Burton,
Aye.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Stransky.
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Almond.
Aye. So let's go to the city council minutes.
Sure, there were just a couple of items of concern, starting with misspelling of my name on the first page.
Ooh.
But that's not that big a deal. But on the very bottom of page 1, it also has an incomplete sentence, says Mayor Almond stated that this is not. And I'm not sure if they had a chance to finish those comments or whether they did accidentally. It's on the bottom of page 1. Mayor
I can
Almond-
tell you what I said. I said this is not a banner year to be on the city council.
So, I'm not sure if that got cut off.
I will.
Okay. Right below that, which is actually at the top of page 2, it also says that the committee appointments were tabled until January 10th, 2024. And then right below that, it says moved by Strong and seconded by Rodriguez.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and I don't think we actually had a vote on that at all.
I think what happened is I copied and pasted the box, and that came over with it, so I will.
No worries, I appreciate all the
And-
work you do. I just wanted to make sure that some of that was reflected accurately.
And technically, it wasn't voted on because they're mayor appointments.
Mayor appointed, yeah.
In that case, if there's no other further comment, I would like to take a motion that we.
Well, let's actually just do all three. Let's get them all. So we have discussion and possible adoption of the resolution of the City Council of the City of Willits for Garman Culvert Extension Replacement Project Report to bid Wylatti Resource Management Incorporated for Covelo $25,004.01. Comment? Any question about it?
Well, it says a discussion. I believe there's supposed to be a staff presentation on that. Is he willing to give that presentation? Am I the only one interested in hearing that presentation?
You don't necessarily have a presentation, there was a resolution and an agenda summary.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can explain it to you. Years ago, pre-2015, Caltrans put a culvert in the right-of-way across the street from North Main, and it runs alongside the Garman property. When they put it in incorrectly at an angle, and over the years, it's been bringing water up against a building on private property. When the bypass came in, all of this was relinquished to the city of Willits, and the city of Willits took responsibility. And so now we're responsible for the potential damage that's happening to the corner of his building. It's settling, and we have to fix that culvert. So this is repair of a substandard culvert that's been existing for years but causing problems now. So we're trying to avoid a potential, I don't want to say lawsuit, but potential liability damage to a private property because of drainage, improper drainage.
I also wanted you to, hopefully you can confirm that it says the funds will be reimbursed through the improv transportation funds. Could you confirm that that's 100% of the funds?
Yeah, this is part of, yes, this falls within their guidelines, yes. Yeah,
That's all I wanted to know.
yeah.
Okay, so we do have the airport manager here, right? So I know it says discussion, possible action to adopt the proposed rules, regulations, minimum standards for Willits Municipal Airport. These are the ones that we talked about last year, right?
This is part of the deliverables for the corrective action plan.
Right, okay.
Get to A, close out
Got it.
Part 16 complaints.
Is there any discussion on this?
Actually, just a question. So is your title airport manager or just other duties is assigned? That's what I wasn't.
Airport operations.
Yeah. I know that the documents refer to him as the manager, and
This time
so.
I'm acting that capacity.
Okay, we may not need too much here. Let me just ask, are there any other questions for the airport operations? Any public, I'm sorry.
I just was, what's the possible action you're asking us to do?
To adopt this document
The document, got it.
through the resolution.
Check.
Is there any public comment on the proposed rules, regulations, and minimum standard for the Willits Municipal Airport?
Did we get any public comment also?
Was any received?
I held an informal ad hoc committee with a few of the tenants so that they could provide technical insight
Okay.
and bring any concerns forward before presenting this.
But no letters or emails were sent in?
No.
Okay. Okay, no public comment, so now we need a motion for A, B, and C of the consent calendar, please.
I will so move.
I would second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion to the clerk?
Councilmember Burton,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Stransky.
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Almond.
Yes. All right, so we have no monthly report activities from the directors. And there's no commissions, agencies that we're meeting as, and we're hopefully continuing to dissolve the successor agency we've talked about. To the city manager, reports, recommendation.
Yeah, we're just finishing up all of our technical work on the reorganization of the city. We're looking for a meeting date now to get all the appropriate parties together. We'll be opening discussions with the appropriate labor unions and bring back a date to the council to find where we all can meet together. We will also be having a item on at our next regular council meeting. We're getting ready to launch at least the bid process for the California
Clean California grant.
Clean California grant, get that full project up and running. I think we're on kind of the fast track, but we did want to bring it back to you so you have a chance just to review it again. We hope to have it out in another month or so, out to bid. That would get us in construction sometime in the fall.
Is this a gazebo?
Yep.
Okay.
The pavilion,
Pavilion,
the
okay.
bathroom model, the improvements for Bud Snyder Park, and then also we want to get the project back out and hopefully get a more favorable bid for the decorative streetlights and the banner that the grant will also fully pay for.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any public comment on the city manager's report? Hearing none, we're moving on to the department recommendations, action items, just public hearing to discuss future applications for funding under the Community Development Block Grant CDBG and program, and consider adoption of a resolution authorizing submittal of an application in response to the 2025 CDBG Notice of Funding Availability. I think we're going to...
Ms. Dolores is going to get a PowerPoint up.
Thank you, Dolores. Thank you.
And then Dolores, do we know, or I think we have our CDBG guru, the HCD soothsayer, Mr. Jeff Lucas. Can you hear me, Jeff? Oh, great. I don't want to do this without him. Okay. So yeah, what we have today is we're seeking approval of a resolution that would authorize staff to make application for a grant in response to the 2025 Notice of Funding Availability through the Community Development Block Grant Program. You've seen these slides before. We were here with council in May, presenting the opportunities that potentially could be sought for through this grant series. The three national objectives that meets the intent of the grant funding back in May. And the reason we had these meetings so early was we thought the NOFA was going to be released much earlier. The reality is the 2025 NOFA wasn't released until early 2026, so we were well ahead of the game. We also had held a community meeting on May 27th and garnered some good ideas from the community and further fine-tuned what you'll see for our recommendations here in just a second. The staff does have some experience with CDBG funds. During COVID times, we were able to receive approximately $540,000, and we provided that to 13 local businesses. These were loans that were forgiven after 3 months. So each of the businesses did not have to pay any of the money back. We're looking to propose a similar program under this application. So we can ask for up to $3.5 million. We can apply for up to 3 different activities, up to $1.5 million for certain activities, and then up to $3.25 million for public facilities and infrastructure. What we're recommending tonight is to seek $1.5 million to support the City of Willits Forgivable Business Loan Program. So again, the idea would be to give loans out to local businesses and then upon meeting certain thresholds, which essentially last time it was maintaining their job force for 3 months, then the loan is forgiven. We would bring in Jeff Lucas and his team to do all the underwriting on the loans, and again, the grant would pay for all of staff time as well as any third-party consultant services such as the underwriting on the loans. We're aware that the Grange needs a new roof badly, and they have some ADA improvements that they've identified through a study. And so we're seeking $1 million to support those improvements, and then $300,000 to support planning and design of the new medical facility planned at the old hospital site. A little bit more information on each of those. Last time we gave out forgivable loans in the range of $30,000 to $40,000. That was when we had about $500,000 to give out. If we get the $1.5 million, we might want to look at upping that threshold beyond $40,000. Again, this money is fairly flexible. It can support payroll, inventory, debt, marketing, and other costs. We had the idea of reserving a portion of the funds to support new businesses and try to activate some of the vacant commercial spaces. Unfortunately, the money couldn't be used by property owners to fix up those spaces, which is the primary issue for a lot of our vacant commercial storefronts. And then certainly this idea is supported by our business community and our Chamber of Commerce. Yep.
Can I just ask?
Yes.
Of those, that 541,000 and the 73 jobs, how many of those jobs are still existing?
Couldn't tell you.
Or business?
Don't hold me to this, but I mean, each of the businesses that receive funding are still in business, at least. And of course, that came at a time when it was badly needed, and I don't think that need has gone away. So I mentioned the Willits Grange is also seeking funding. They need a roof replacement bad, and it's not going to be a cheap fix. And they're also looking at getting some ADA improvements, an ADA parking space, ADA ramp. There's a plethora of other things that were identified in a study that was completed. Because the Grange very much serves a big need for our community, probably the closest thing we have to a community center. They host the farmers markets, community meetings, a lot of fundraisers happen at that site. They also provide space to a number of nonprofits. They're an incubator for some entrepreneurs with the commissary kitchen that they have. So what it allows us is to spin a really good story and give us a favorable opportunity to get funding for them, given all that they do for the community.
And sir, we are asking for 1 million, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so on the summary agenda, it said 8,500, and I just wanted to make sure that it's 1 million.
Okay, yeah, we upped that number after a little bit of additional information. I believe in the resolution it does capture the million, but let's double check that, and appreciate you noting that. Okay. And then we're also looking for $300,000 to support planning and design of a new medical facility. MCHC currently operates the Little Lake Health Center in our community. They were gifted a 3-acre parcel at 1 Madrone Street, which was the old hospital site. And their goal is to increase primary health services in the community. They're expecting to serve approximately 10,000 unduplicated patients annually, and at build out, they're expecting to hire 45 new employees. Anna Shaw is the COO for MCHC. Unfortunately, she had some car trouble coming over from Highway 20. I think she was prepared to give you some more insight on the details of what they're planning for that. She did mention that they have some primary services that they plan to bring to the community, but are seeking community input on other medical services that are missing in our community, whether it's a dermatologist or an eye doctor or things like that. But right now, they're just in the planning and design stage for that facility.
And is this the second part of what we already previously approved for the 2024 grant?
So, yeah,
Because that was for architectural work and design.
yeah, thank you for mentioning that. So we did come in front of council previously under the last CDBG series to seek funding for that. But because of our audit status, it was kicked back to us as ineligible.
I see.
So unfortunately, nothing moved forward on that. I mean, I think they've done some stuff on their own, but this is still needed. So essentially the same ask and request as last time.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Does
Is that
anything,
the whole parcel? 3 acres, is there more than that up there? Or
It's a little over 3 acres, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
so it's the whole parcel that was the hospital property?
correct.
does the changes for the hospital or the medical center, do you think it makes it more attractive this time around? Or as far as the ask?
No, I heard it would be modulars. Is it going to be modulars?
Yeah, I don't have any details to share with you. Steve Aberson's a consultant for MCHC. He may have some details and can answer some questions here, provided.
Yeah.
This is Steve
On the
Aberson.
line, can you restate the question?
Steve, the council is wondering if you're planning to build modulars as part of the build out for your campus.
I think the original plan, which you know was in the original application in 24, was for a 2-building facility. Although I think that now may be morphing into one site. But you know, with that said, this is a planning request, and so you know, soliciting community feedback, you know, during the process does leave some flexibility around that.
Jerry, does that answer your question?
Answer's maybe yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you, Steve. So again, we're seeking a resolution authorizing us to submit the 3 applications that we just provided an overview for.
Pardon my ignorance, the Little Lake Health Center that is adjacent to the hospital now, is that
That's Redwood
related
Health
to
Center.
this, or is that?
That's run by MCHC, the same
It
entity.
is?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
right.
No,
Jerry's looking at me
No, I
like
think
I-
you're thinking of the Little Lake Health Center, I think is run by it's an Adventist thing that's there, right? No, Little Lake, are you talking about the current hospital or the old hospital?
Well, there was a place in the church up by the old hospital.
Yeah, I think that's the one there.
And then there's the new one that's out at the new hospital, kind of
I think that's different.
due
than-
east.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
That's an Adventist run.
I think that's an Adventist.
Where I believe John
Yeah.
Meyer works there.
Yeah, that's an Adventist thing.
Okay. But the one at the old Advent,
It would be this.
is it still there?
Yeah,
Now? Yeah.
yeah.
So they can be moving across the street.
I don't know that they're moving as much as expanding, maintaining existing services and adding to the site.
That could be a good use.
Yeah, that's correct.
Your resolution mentioned conduct a public hearing. Is that before or after we may or may not accept this resolution? Or was that a part of, or was that?
I believe the mayor will open the public hearing as soon as I'm done here with providing any clarifying questions for you, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so you're just asking for permission to submit the grant?
Yeah, so the resolution would authorize staff to submit the grant and then allow the city manager designee to sign all agreements should we receive the grant, and then we'll put it into the, into the city budget.
Motion that we adopt the resolution authorizing the submittal of the CDBG application to fund the city business loan program, improvements to the Willits Grange, and funding funds to support the MCHC medical campus, as well as authorize the city manager or his or her designee to execute all related documents and approve corresponding budget amendments if the application is so awarded.
I think we probably have to open up the public hearing first.
Yeah, I'm about to do that.
Well, I think you can get a motion.
We can do a motion in a second. I'm still gonna
I think
open
it
it up.
gives the community a better idea what you're
Then I'll
going
second
to
it.
do
and then
before.
we'll-
Okay, we have a second.
Vote.
So now we're going to open this up to the public regarding this resolution. And I know in the past, we've had many people from the Grange here to discuss it. I don't think anybody's here from the Grange
Yeah,
tonight. Oh, we do?
Erica.
I apologize,
We
Erica.
have 2.
Okay, good, thank you. So I think that you're here in support of this. Is there anything that you would like to add to it?
we appreciate all the support that you guys give us, and we are going to continue to do good work if we can keep the water out of our bowl.
Okay. Hey, Erica, can you come up here?
I just wanted to add that I don't want the city to think that Little Lake Grange is not taking steps also. We had saved up a lot of money to get a new roof, but we found out at a point 2 years ago now, I think, that we had asbestos remediation that had to be done, and that took up all the money we'd saved for the roof.
Oh,
And that was $200,000.
I saw, I was at the Grange on Saturday, and I saw that you have $30,000 raised for the roof. Is that
84,000.
84?
Yes,
Okay.
84,000. The
Thermometer?
thermometer's going up.
Okay, good.
So we've been putting money that we can into like CDs and getting more interest. And we also have possibility of getting some help from the California State Grange.
Oh, good, okay.
So I just wanted you to know that.
I think you'll find a lot of support in this room, so thank you
Partnership.
for doing what you're doing.
My question, I read it in the past that local granges and the national grange have been at odds. Is this property owned by the national grange?
Why do you want to ask me these questions? So Little Lake Grange owns our building, and the deed has our name on it. If the membership folds, if we don't have membership and Little Lake Grange can no longer survive, it all reverts to the California State Grange, where they have it in their bylaws that it is held in trust for 7 years while the State Grange tries to revitalize and restart the Grange again. At that point, if after 7 years, if they're not able to restart the Grange in Willits, then that money goes into a fund to help build other Granges in the area and in the state.
And can I just say that as far as the National Grange, the leadership, Chris Hamp is the new president of the National Grange, and I've seen such a difference in her first year or two, and so our relationship has definitely grown since then.
That's good. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? We're having a hearing right now. Hold on one second.
No, go ahead.
More-
Finish the public hearing.
Any more? I'm going to close public comment. All right, to the council.
I just, I like these projects. But we also have a senior center that was struggling for the last 10 years. I guess they did get a new roof on that building. Are we, do we want to open, when you, it's an easy decision when you're not given choices. So I kind of like that, but in doing that, are we snubbing other needy?
Well, I'll certainly reach out to Mr. Baker and the Senior Center and see what their status are. And if they have some needs, we can work with our consultant to understand how this program might be able to assist them. This is an annual opportunity typically. We're also aware that the Willits pool could also use some significant upgrades. And so, we'd like to work with the school and identify get an inventory and a cost list together, and maybe those become our two applications for next time.
That sounds agreeable. I'm fine with that.
Any more council comment? Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Public hearing's been closed. Call for a vote.
Councilmember Burton?
Yes?
Gonzalez?
Yes.
Stransky?
Yes.
Alani?
Yes.
Almond?
Aye. All right, congratulations. Nothing personal. We wouldn't take it personal if you wanted to leave.
I think we're going to leave him pretty soon.
We're going to be out of here soon, but you don't have to stick around.
So just to add real quick, if I may, Mayor, it'll probably be several months before we get a decision from the program. So obviously, we'll keep everybody updated as we get information, but it's kind of just a hurry up and wait now, and we'll work with everybody to get our application submitted here in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Thanks, Dusty. Thank you.
Thank you, Dusty and Jeff, for all the hard work too.
Right on, Rob. Welcome.
All right. Steve, you can go away too if you want, or you can listen to us, whatever you want to do. All right.
Thank you. I'm going to drop off. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. All right, so department monthly reports. Is there anything to report on the airport?
Negative, nothing outside of the.
Okay. Community development?
I'm good unless council has any questions.
Hearing none. Okay, finance, and can we start with the numbers that we know you're going to be asked?
Yes. The main account currently has $3,851,167. The payroll account has $450,249. Savings account still holds at $35,133 for a total of $4,336,550. Late balance is at $557,908. U.S. bank balance.
500,000 in Leif?
Leif, yeah.
557,000.
It had 5 million in it last.
No, you're thinking of the U.S. Bank.
Okay.
And the U.S. Bank has $5,347,488.
Okay.
And the processor accounts, Express Bill Pay and PathPoint, which we're going to do a drawdown soon to put it into our account, has $253,167, and PathPoint has $280,727 for a grand total of $10,775,843.
Wonderful.
We will be having, the Sizer code check is coming through, so that will drop it down by about $700,000. That's our big one that's going to hit the account soon.
That's for last year, too.
That's for what was done last year, yes.
So, where are we on the 23-24 audit that was going to be done in October?
I was promised by the auditor that he will have our financials ready by the end of this week.
Can I get the name of that auditor?
Yes, his name is Ben Zeng.
What's his last name?
Zeng, Z-I-N-G.
And he says we're going to have the audit by the end of this week.
He says that he's going to get us financials. Then I have to review the financials in order to be able to see like if where they're running, what we're going to do for notes and everything like that. So that will trigger us doing our MD&A and everything like that and getting our financials out.
So we haven't started the 24-25 audit yet?
We haven't started the 24-25 audit yet. I am ready to start.
Okay.
So we have it at the dock ready to go. We're just waiting for, we have to have this audit complete so that we can start the next one. And I'm pushing for as quickly as possible to get that audit started.
On February 11th, our next council meeting, do you think that you could, between now and then, you can ask Benzing, what is a date-specific time that a 23-24 audit will be completed?
I will ask.
It's not even funny anymore.
I know, I get you.
I was going to call him. He's happy to talk to you.
Okay, I'm sure he is, but we're happy to get our audit. I mean, we're all talking about the elephant in the room of the financial situation the city's in. And one of the reasons is we've been so behind in getting audits. And I know it's out of your hands, but I'm sure they get audits for the other cities too.
Yes.
On time.
They were here in August, and we have been working on this audit since August, really. I mean, we've been pushing.
I get it.
They asked for information. We've given it to them in a very timely manner. And we're just really pushing to get us caught up. We were 3-4 years behind when I first started. So,
I get it. All right, any more questions for finance? All right, moving on to Police Department, and your memo regarding the curfew has certainly shaken the neighborhoods and caused people to lock their cars and lock their gates and
Clutch their pearls.
fix their security lights. Really? It's created a public safety awareness campaign.
Well, great, that was the intent. The intent was to educate, right, and to bring awareness. And to remind people that, children need to be supervised and again, to bring awareness to it. And I hope those adults that are in charge of children, whether it's aunts and uncles, grandparents, or whatever, to remember, children shouldn't be roaming the streets at that time of night. If they're supervised or they're coming to or from an event, there's many exceptions in the Muni Code, but we just wanted everyone to know that we saw the vandalism, we saw the mischief, and we want to do something about it, and we need the families' help.
Thank you. Any questions for the police chief? Moving on to services and facilities.
You have the reports, nothing out of the ordinary and stuff that's not in the reports unless you have any questions.
Any questions for that or utilities? Hearing none, all right. So we're getting to the end here. City Council announcement, communications reports. So Finance Committee that was going to be meeting this week was canceled.
Sure.
Because we're waiting for the shoe to drop. Then find out the reorganization which is happening. What other council announcements and communication reports are there?
Larry and I attended a water wastewater committee meeting. You want to report, Larry? Would you want me to?
Go ahead.
It was just mostly informational. It had to do with the projects that we already voted on, the Franklin Street storm drain, the Garman project. We are hearing rumblings, if Walter, correct me if I'm wrong, that the housing project that the native tribe has on the east side is having water problems, and we may get approached about some water intertie there to give them potable water. Apparently, the Trouts Unlimited wants to remove the old weir in the creek at the sewer plant. They think they're going to help fish. There's a PG&E gas line project going on in Holly and East Hill, and
It's been going on for a while, it seems like it.
No, they have one on Holly Street right now going on. There's a new one starting up in May. They're going to do a gas line replacement down East Hill. Yeah.
And then we have an issue with a neighbor that needed to use a road in the watershed to access his property, their property, but because of a washout, but apparently they're not timely repairing their project, so there's a little back and forth going there. There's the Little Lake Mobile Home Park out here in the cul-de-sac at the north end of the freeway. That mobile home park has a deficient water system as well that is apparently funded by the state of California. So they appear to have access to LAFCO that nobody else gets to maybe hook up there.
To hook up to the city?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then just some updates on some winter repair projects and some other general information.
Okay. Anything, Jerry?
Did I miss anything, Larry?
No, that's it. The thing is, with the mobile home, that's 100% reimbursed by the state.
Okay, Jerry?
Transportation Committee meets tomorrow. I think it's with you and at 3:30 here. And LAFCO meets on Monday in Ukiah. And I went to the League of Cities meeting in Sacramento on Friday, and it was a public safety committee meeting that I attended, so it was just the initial kickoff of that. I don't think I'll be attending the one in LA.
Thank you very much.
So,
So in tonight's public comments, Helen asked about a reasonable request of, is there any kind of list of public projects that are happening on the streets this year? And let's first say that capital improvement projects are off the table right now because of our budget. But I don't think it's an unreasonable request if somebody asks if we're going to do some kind of asphalt repair, chip seal or something like that. Is there any kind of process for people to have knowledge of what's happening with Public Works?
Transportation Committee meeting is going to be one of the best access points for that for the public to find out.
Great.
We discuss projects, but as you said, all the CIP projects are on hold right now until the budget is straightened out. So our 25 PPP has been postponed multiple times.
Got it.
We have some smaller projects that we're looking at and everything for future, but nothing large right now. And like I said, I think for the public, that would be the best thing. Come to the Transportation Committee meeting because that would be addressed in there.
Okay.
You can have this, Helen, if you like. It's got a few things listed on it.
Anything for you?
Yes, today was our meeting day for the MTA, and that was canceled due to a lack of agenda. And next Tuesday, we'll be meeting with MCOG, and I'll share with you the results of that meeting at our next city council on February the 11th.
Okay, and I have nothing to report. All right, so good and welfare, anything?
Rotary's doing the crab sale not this week, but the following week, right?
Super Bowl weekend,
February 6th.
Friday and Saturday.
Where are we doing it?
Back where we used to, the old Rexall
Oh,
place. So
sweet.
And I also want to give a special congratulations out to the Blue Zone people who worked on that. They celebrated on January the 16th their certification in that Blue Zone project that took a lot of people to many years to work on. So a special shout out to Tina O'Shea for her work, along with the other board, making that happen, making Willits proud, and a beautiful place to live in.
Okay, good and welfare we've done. Closed session we've already reported out. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you for taking time to be here tonight. Thank you very much.